Hello Year 6, welcome back and welcome to week 2 of our home learning. This week I'm going to be telling you about our writing for the week. So I'm going to introduce it first, the overview of what we're going to be doing throughout the week, and then specifically talk to you a little bit about what you need to do today. So we're going to write this week a narrative poem based on the Blitz. So building on from the work you did last week, looking at the Blitz and those photographs and the video that you watched about those different experiences. This week, we're going to build on that with some more sources and develop some vocabulary banks to then use in a narrative poem. So what is a narrative poem? Well, what's a narrative? A narrative is a story. So a narrative poem is a poem that tells a story, follows a journey. So think back to September when we did our writing about the river, our poems about the rivers, and they were narrative poems about a river's journey. So you're going to be telling a story through these poems. I'm going to share my screen with you so we can have a little look together. So first we have our overview. This will tell you and help you and whoever's at home with you, if you're working with somebody, about what we're going to do this week. So an overview of the week, first of all. So as I said already, today, our focus is going to be on creating some word and phrases banks for the first 2 verses. Now this poem is going to have 3 verses. So today you'll look at the first 2 verses, and tomorrow we'll go on to look at the 3rd verse and start to then bring these together, all our ideas together. So first thing you're going to do is thinking about, in this first verse, how people felt when the German planes were spotted and an air raid was called. So thinking back to the Blitz and some of the learning you did last week in history, how do you think people would have felt? How would you have felt if you were in that situation? And you'll see on the next slide, we have some images that we've put together for you. There's some audio and video footage as well, and also an extract from Letters from the Lighthouse, which is also the book that we're looking at this week in Book Talk. All of these things will come together to help you to start to build that word bank and vocabulary bank for your poem for this week. You'll then go on to think about the 2nd verse today and thinking about how you would feel when you reach that underground air raid shelter. It's not just how you feel though. All of these, in these verses, you've got to think about words and phrases to show how the senses. So what could you smell? What could you hear? What could you see? What were other people doing? And also thinking about your emotions. How are you feeling at this time? So that'll be all you need to do for today. Bring together those word banks and phrases banks. And then what you can do at the end of that, if you'd like to, is send those over to us at Year 6, at the email address for Year 6, and we'll start to compile all of your vocabulary together, just like we do in class, so that we can then share that with you for Wednesday when you start to come to write your poems, so that if you're struggling with some words or phrases, struggling with coming up with some ideas, you can then have some of the ideas from some of the other members of the Year 6 group. So we think that would be a really useful thing for you to have. So that's all you need to do for today. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow and informing you about what we're going to be doing then. See you then. Bye.